The following is brought to you by Transamerica. Together, we can transform tomorrow.
Ken Rosenthal here with John Paul Morosi. Our video editors are saying we can only pick out 5 favorite moments from the series. Just five.
Ugh.
We're going to do it because we are good employees. Now, let's start with our number 1 favorite moment. That would have to be Game 6. And for me, it was the Freese home run, the hometown kid making good. I had an interview with him after the game on Fox that I'll never forget. He was just so honest and forthright and happy. That to me just stood out.
For me, Kenny, I'll go with the Game 6 moment myself. And it was standing up there with Mark Kriegel, ready to cover the Texas Rangers celebration, standing behind a bunch of Cardinal fans as that 9th inning rally built. And I was scribbling notes thinking, okay, they're 1 strike away. Well, they're still waiting for that strike. When that ball touched down in right field to tie that game off of David Freese's bat, it was unbelievable. The noise I heard, it was really one of the loudest cheers I'd heard in any venue, anywhere. I will never forget that.
All right, Albert Pujols' 3 home run game. That'll be our next favorite moment. Not much to say about this other than only 2 other guys have done it, Babe Ruth twice and Reggie once. And it was Pujols at his most majestic, at his most supreme. And regardless of whether he was motivated by the media or not, I'd say it was a pretty good performance.
It was. I kept thinking as that 3rd home run cleared the left center field stands there at Rangers Ballpark, I kept hearing Howard Cosell in my mind saying, "Oh, what a blow!" His famous call of Reggie's 3rd homer. So it was a very historic moment for us, and for me just to see something. The Reggie home run happened before I was born, so I was feeling like this was my moment to see as a little bit of baseball history. Kenny is a little bit older than me.
The Reggie home run did not happen before I was born. All right, Game 2, another favorite moment for me. Ian Kinsler's stolen base, reminiscent of Dave Roberts in the 2004 ALCS, and really the single play that symbolized what the Rangers are. Their fearlessness, their aggressiveness. I loved it.
Yeah, early on in Game 1, I feel like Kinsler might have ran them out of that inning there in the 1st inning when it looked like Texas had a chance to really kind of seize momentum early in Game 1. But that, you're exactly right, Kenny. That turned that game around. That was a big win for Texas for a while. Certainly, once the Texas Rangers took the lead, it looked like that play might have been the turning point of the series. A very daring play. They kept running, really, right until the end. I give the Texas Rangers a lot of credit. They kept running. They just eventually ran out of road.
All right, next on the list. Derek Holland, Game 4, obviously the performance of his life going into the 9th. That crowd, the way they reacted when he came off the mound. And I'll never forget what he told me in the postgame. It was one of my all-time favorite quotes. He said the hair on his arm was standing up, even though he doesn't have a lot of hair.
I thought when you were talking about Derek Holland's performance, you were talking about his in-game interview with Fox the next day, which was pretty darn entertaining, I thought. So Derek Holland, I think really at the end of the day, Texas lost. But he emerged for me, Kenny, as one of the great personalities on either team and somebody with a great left arm who I think we'll be watching for a number of years to come.
Finally, our final favorite moment, and how can we ignore this one? Game 5, PhoneGate. And now we will reveal a little reporting secret that, to this point, we have not revealed. After that game, John Paul Morosi and I, intrepid reporters that we are, ventured into the bullpen. We took a photo of the phone, but we thought we might be violating some kind of Major League Baseball decree, so we never actually put the picture on the website. But that game and the controversy and the bizarre explanations from La Russa, they will all be forgotten now to some degree because the Cardinals won. But what a 24-hour period that turned out.
That was dizzying. I remember sitting next to you in the press conference as Tony La Russa was explaining it, just looking at you like, what? How are we going to make sense of this? How does any of this make sense? We're baseball writers. We're not supposed to try to investigate some kind of cover-up or miscommunication or whatever the heck that was. But it was very entertaining. It's part of the lore of the series. And in a series that had so many things go on the field, there was enough off the field to keep us busy too. Not the least of which was Albert Pujols' ongoing questions about where he'll play next year, which, come to think of it, Kenny, now that we're in the off season, our other favorite time of year, that's probably something we have to start making some phone calls about in about 5 or 10 minutes, right?
We will, but I want to leave all our viewers and listeners with this. There is a difference between the words Lance Lynn and Jason Mott. Hope you enjoyed the World Series. We'll see you sometime soon.